Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Ticking Together. As always, the goal of this channel is to provide education about and to raise awareness as to what it's like living with Tourette Syndrome. In today's video, I wanted to talk about a rather controversial issue, which is the whole phenomenon of does TikTok cause Tourette-like symptoms in young women? Before we get into it, I just want to say my opinion is heck no. TikTok does not cause this. It's been discussed a lot recently by doctors, medical professionals, even news anchors. The whole topic of Tourette's being a trend has really skyrocketed in the past few years. Ugh, I got rice. Ugh. Mainly because of TikTok, supposedly. And so in today's video, I wanted to react to PragerU, I'll insert it here. They did a 45-minute video discussing, does TikTok cause Tourette's in young women? Their video title is literally, is TikTok causing a Tourette's epidemic in young women? And this is on their segment called Unapologetic Live. Ugh, I got rice. Hi. Ugh. As I said, this video is about 45 minutes long and I've watched it numerous times to try and get my thoughts, to wrap my head around it so I could talk to you guys about my opinions. Because if you don't know me, my name is Carly, I am 24 years old and I have Tourette Syndrome. I was clinically diagnosed at the age of 12 by my psychiatrist, by my pediatrician, neurologist. I've been diagnosed, I have Tourette's, and it's been since I was a little kid I've had these tics. And so it's really been a shock to me to see all of this prevalent information regarding Tourette syndrome on social media, while when I was a kid, there wasn't really anything out there. And so supposedly, doctors and people alike have come to the conclusion that the app TikTok is responsible for young women developing tics and therefore developing Tourette syndrome. And this is BS. Before I get into this, I just wanted to address that Tourette syndrome is a neurological disorder, which means it affects the brain, it is inherited, it is genetic, it is something that literally affects the neurons in your brain. It's not something that you can just wake up one day and have. It's not something that just, oop, I have Tourette's now. Like, it's genuinely a thing that is a lifelong condition, it lasts your whole life, like it's a debilitating disability. And this video by PragerU makes me really mad. Ugh. So in this Unapologetic Live video, this woman starts off by saying, does TikTok cause Tourette's, yada yada yada. She also does clarify that it's functional neurological disorder, or FND, which I appreciate. I don't have that, I do actually have Tourette syndrome, but they are both legitimate disorders.
This episode rocked my world doing the research for this and getting ready to talk about this on today's show. The subject matter for today is TikTok causing an epidemic of Tourette's in young women? Now, as we go through the research and we talk about this, we're going to find that it's actually not Tourette's. It's a condition called functional neurological disorder.
But she goes right away into this kind of compilation montage of influencers on TikTok with Tourette syndrome, all being young women. Ugh. Now, I recognize a lot of these women. I know Evie Meg's there, Bailyn Dupree's there, Zara Beth is there. A lot of women who I follow and admire are on this montage, which just irks me right away because you're showing this without giving any context. You're saying, this is what I see when I'm on TikTok, and you're not giving the benefit of the doubt, saying these people are legitimately diagnosed. It's just right away, it rubs me the wrong way because these people are all legitimate. Tourette syndrome and FND both cause tics. They're both extremely debilitating. And this woman has made a 45-minute video discussing basically why we are invalid, why TikTok is the cause of this. And she really goes on to bash women and the young girls. In the video, she mentions an article which cites that, I got rice. Which cites that girls 15 to 25 are the ones that are partaking in this trend phenomenon. She uses that word a lot, which really bugs me because Tourette syndrome and FND are not phenomena. They are legitimate disorders and disabilities. Like, they're neurological disorders. And so she literally only shows women, young girls, who are experiencing tics, and then just goes on to explain why she thinks this is such a bad thing. And honestly, the first time I watched this video, I was like, you know what? she did her research. Like, there is a lot of genuine information here, which is good. In the beginning of the video, the first half of the video, while there are things that I really don't like, she does go into the detail about how, like, Tourette syndrome is more prominent in males, how coprolalia is pretty rare. Like, that stuff she did get correct. But the second half of the video is where it really starts to bug me, and it feels like she's just coming at Tourette syndrome influencers, content creators, people who have Tourette's and FND in general. She also mentions that women with Tourette syndrome are glamorized, and a lot of the comments are, oh, your tics are cute, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful, I wish I had this disorder. And while this is completely horrible, I feel like she's bashing the creators like Evie Meg, Balin Dupree, people who genuinely have Tourette syndrome or FND or just tics in general. She's bashing them and blaming them and saying, you shouldn't be making these videos because other girls are now picking up on this. That's genuinely the vibe I'm getting from this video, and it just bugs me.
The more that I hear about this stuff, the worse and worse that it gets. And we have to look at ourselves as a culture that women having this disorder is glamorized. And if we acknowledge that victimhood and oppression is very much currency in this day and age. I used the currency when I was 17 years old and working for the left. I loved being a victim. I loved making myself unique in that sense, and I propped that up, and I wanted to share that with everybody and show that to everybody. Is that an underlying driver in the excess amount of content for this particular disorder? Because there's a lot, and people will say, well, I'm just bringing awareness. There seems to be plenty of awareness and videos of young girls doing this. So are we glamorizing and fetishizing mental and neurological disorders? Seems to me we are. It seems like we are harboring and fostering a culture that wants these things to grow and come to the light. And if we've allowed that to be currency, if we have allowed victimhood and disorder to be currency, of course, people are going to create it any way that they can.
Hi! Ugh. In the clip that I just inserted from this PragerU video, you'll see that the woman says that victimhood is very much glamorized nowadays, and being the victim is something that people aspire to achieve. And that just bugs me, because people with Tourette syndrome are not the victim. They literally suffer with a neurological disorder. And the fact that she says that, oh, like, they're claiming that they want to spread awareness. Yeah, we do actually. We want to spread awareness, and she's saying there's a lot of awareness out there. Well, you're clearly not getting the gist of it if you're making a video bashing creators with Tourette syndrome, saying that FND is this big phenomena trend that is a psychogenic illness, yada yada yada. Like, I understand that you're trying to get a good point across, but after I have looked at the comments on this video, it is disgusting. The comments on this video from people commenting with their opinions, it is absolutely appalling to read these comments, and I'll show you some of them. This person says, they're faking it for attention. Some try to be cute about it, and that is the point. Attention. And we know young girls love attention. Like, I wouldn't consider myself like hardcore feminist, but I feel like this is just a blatant insult to women in general, especially those of us that are dealing with Tourette syndrome and FND, because no, we're not looking for attention. Those of us that are valid, have diagnoses, live with this disorder every single day of our lives, we're not looking to gain anything. We're not looking for attention. I will say there are the odd ones out who might be looking for attention, but the majority of us, the people that this woman included in this video, Evie Meg, as I said, Balin Dupree, Zara Beth, you know, like, these women are genuinely providing education, raising awareness, showcasing the struggles it is every day to live with Tourette syndrome or FND, and these comments are just, them ain't nothing but demons, that's all it is. Demons jumping through the screens? No, I'm serious now. This person mentions that this is a parental fail, like, this is literally on the parents for letting their kids watch TikTok. Like, it's all for attention, or it's just simple imitation. We imitate what we like or think is popular / attractive. The only disorder growing to the level of doom is the obsessive and desperate need for attention and fame. I feel like it's closer to demon possession. It's all about fame and money. They found a new money-making machine. Hey, it beats pole dancing. Forget the clinical terms. It's just their inherent insanity, instability, and childishness being video recorded for the world to see. Some people will do anything for attention. Very, very sad. This is crazy. When are parents going to wake up and stop allowing their children to be on these social media platforms? When is enough enough? A result of parents not being able to tell their kids no or to knock it off. This comment says, "Careful, Amala, don't watch too many of these. Was waiting for you to start ticking by the end of the vid." Faking real problems to fill the void inside. I can't even feel a little sorry for these liars. And these are just some of the hundreds of thousands of horrible, pointed, bullying comments towards creators with Tourette Syndrome or FND. And these people, as I said, genuinely have this disorder. Now, I don't know what this PragerU was thinking by making this video. I'm sure they just wanted to get awareness out there in their own twisted way, but this whole thing is disgusting. It makes people that I really admire and look up to for raising awareness for my community look like they're making it all up, like they're not legitimate, and it's just, ugh. She says that we are harboring and fostering a culture that is allowing these things to grow, meaning neurological disorders like Tourette Syndrome and FND being romanticized and very much publicized on social media. And she's saying, literally in this video, I don't even know what her belief is. The fact that she mentions victimhood and oppression as currency and how people are gonna create that however they can, that's really low. And as I said, the first half of this video, if you're gonna check it out, it was a little bit more informational, educational, but in the latter half, she just goes into bashing creators with Tourette's, saying that they're victimizing themselves, they're playing the victim card. Oh my gosh, they're oppressed because they have Tourette's, therefore they're getting all of this stuff back from it, monetary value, influencer fame, stuff like that. When in reality, hi, I got rice. When in reality, living with Tourette Syndrome and tics is one of the hardest things I've ever done, I've ever had to do. I don't know a life without it, but I can tell you my life would be a lot easier if I didn't have to deal with these tics every single day of my life. Like, it's not fun, it's not quirky, it's not cute, and I agree that it shouldn't be romanticized, but it also shouldn't be, you shouldn't be saying that victimization is now glamorized too.
But it very much is something that is new. So we have to be vigilant about what we are seeing. And I think even going through this for the past couple of weeks and watching all these videos has maybe gotten to me in some way. I'm like, this is making me feel like I'm having psychosomatic problems here.
This whole thing bugs me. And that clip I just showed, this woman literally makes fun of it and says, after watching these videos for weeks, I feel like I'm developing psychosomatic symptoms of tics, haha. No. TikTok does not cause Tourette's or FND. Realistically, like, that cannot happen. That is just not something that is possible. And this whole video just bugs me.
This is robbing you of your freedom. These young girls, if speculatively they have gotten this illness because they were introduced to it on TikTok, because I don't see any other way that you would have developed this without being introduced to it, specifically in the way that they are developing it, mimicking other people, getting the exact same tics across country lines, switching accents to adopt these tics. They have been robbed of their freedom. And unconsciously so, because they did not know signing up for a TikTok platform that meant that your mental health could be put under siege and that you could develop a neurological disorder that may never leave you. I don't think these young 15 to 25-year-old girls knew that when they signed up for TikTok, that was something that they could be signing up for. And look what has happened. And a lot of them will never know that this app was in part responsible for what they are feeling. Watching these videos, seeing these girls, seeing the love, the glamorization, the fetishization of their disorders was a catalyst to adopt them. And they will never know what they've been robbed of. And hopefully it's not their entire freedom and their entire body autonomy when it comes to the rest of their lives and doing things that normal young girls should be doing. So I want us all to keep that in mind. And it's something that I'm, again, gonna have to be so cognizant of, because I spend a lot of time on social media. I need to stop because it robs you of your time alone. It's already robbed me of time. I don't want it to rob me of anything else, and this is an indication that it very well could. I am most likely no different from these other girls. I just happened to see it and see it before anything happened to me.
That clip that I just showed is disgusting for so many reasons. One, she's saying that our freedom has been taken away by having tics, and by being on TikTok and being on social media, we have no freedom now, which is not true. And I don't really have the words to describe the disgust I have for her kind of closing statements, where she says, like, these young women never knew that signing up for TikTok would have these dire consequences of gaining a neurological disorder. Like, no, TikTok is not to blame. Young women themselves are not to blame. Ugh. This is so much more than just what this person, Amala, I think her name is, has put together in this video. She mentions the switching of accents because of tic swapping, and that is a legitimate phenomenon. Echolalia is actually a studied thing where people will repeat the same things they hear, even in the same accent. It's not like it's some new fad. It's literally something that is documented with Tourette Syndrome and FND, and she's using it to make it seem like that we're just complete crazy people. She literally says we've been robbed of our freedom, unconsciously so, by going on TikTok one day and all of a sudden, woo, we have tics. Like, I mean, for me, this isn't the case because I got rice. I've had tics since I was like 10, even earlier. I've had tics my whole life. Like, this doesn't relate to me. But I'm making the video for those people that it does relate to, because I can't imagine if I developed tics in the past few years and being told that every time I go to a doctor that I'm a liar, that I'm faking because I was just on TikTok. Like, a lot of my younger cousins are on TikTok and they haven't developed Tourette syndrome. My young cousin Ariana, who I love dearly, she's 11, and she knows about Tourette's because TikTok has provided a platform for her to be aware about it and to know, hey, this is a disorder, but she hasn't woken up with tics one day because that's not how it works. She watches these videos. She doesn't randomly have tics now because she's seen these videos, and I'm sure this goes for hundreds of thousands of other young girls and boys. They see these videos and they're not developing tics. It's just the fact that this video has made it seem like TikTok is the sole proprietor in tics and Tourette's becoming some big romanticized thing. It just bugs me the way she says that we've lost our freedom, that subconsciously we have become like controlled by social media, when honestly I have this channel to raise awareness, and she even makes a stab at young people who are raising awareness because she thinks there's too much awareness out there. Well, guess what? There's never too much awareness because these videos are existing. They're making people like us look absolutely stupid. And this video has 23,000 views. This channel has 2 million subscribers, almost 3 million. And this video is getting out to people. It's not like it's just some random one-off little side video. This is a big video. There are so many articles on Google. If you Google TikTok causes tics, so many articles are coming up. And it just bugs me because TikTok can't cause tics. She says that you may develop a neurological disorder that will never leave you strictly from signing up for TikTok. And that is just, I got rice. It's just not true. Like, this video is full of some good information, but it's also full of information that is just so hurtful. And as I said, the comment section is absolutely disgusting. I genuinely feel like this woman is fear-mongering, and she's saying, oh, like, this could happen, like, be careful, like, and it doesn't work that way. It's not like you're gonna sign up for TikTok and get Tourette syndrome. And this woman is making it seem like in the last 10 minutes of this video that, oh, I better be careful, it's robbed me of my time and it could rob me of so much more. Like, it's just, this is completely wrong, and this false information is being spread worldwide, and I don't have the appropriate words to say how much this bugs me, because these people, as I mentioned, the people that genuinely have Tourette syndrome or FND, tic disorders, they're now being looked at like we're illegitimate, like we're just victimizing ourselves and wanting to be big influencers and making money off of our disorders when, like, she even throws a stab at people not going to college and becoming influencers. Like, it just bugs me, because how dare you say what people can and can't do? TikTok is not causing Tourette's or FND. Sure, there has been an influx of more people coming forward with their disorder, but I think it's a good thing that people are now saying, you know what, I'm able to come forth and say, these are my experiences. And it just bugs me because the people that she showed at the beginning of this video are all completely legit. Like, they all legitimately have tic disorders, whether that's Tourette's, FND, or another functional tic disorder. They all legitimately experience tics, and it just, like, if you're gonna talk about this kind of content, show the oodie kids. Show the kids that put their hoods over their heads and do tics that are fake. Like, if you're trying to prove a point that TikTok is causing fake tics, maybe actually show the people that are fake and not the legitimate people, because that just makes all of us look stupid. And it makes you look stupid too. It's just, if you're going to make a point, actually do it correctly. And don't bash content creators that have legitimate tics, because we've all tried so hard to provide awareness, raise education, make the world a better place for those of us that have tics and Tourette's and FND and whatever else, neurological disorders in general. And these videos and these doctors and these documents and these articles are just putting a hindrance to everything we've tried to do. This whole thing, it just bugs me. They're calling it a mass psychogenic illness, which honestly at this point I don't know what to believe. I'm only like, the reason I'm so upset is that she's bashing creators that genuinely have Tourette's and then going on to say in the end of the video, yes, TikTok can cause Tourette's. Like, you don't know what you're signing up for. Be careful. Fear-mongering. Like, just like, oh my gosh, you could get this if you sign up for TikTok, which is so not true. And as someone who genuinely has Tourette's, who has lived with it her whole life, it just completely saddens me that now the stigma has progressed so much to the point that people are thinking young girls coming forth with their Tourette's or their tics are fake. And that's not to say that some people aren't faking, because they're inevitably so. There will be, in any scenario, there will be people that do want attention, but it's not all of us. It's not Evie Meg, do not come for Evie Meg. It is not Balin Dupree. It is not Zara Beth. It is not anyone in that compilation at the beginning of that video. It's nothing. Like I said, if you want to get your point across, show the oodie kids, show the kids that are genuinely making a mockery of it and kind of latching onto the concept as a joke, but don't show the legitimate creators with the millions of views. Don't bash them. Don't say that it's their fault, because I feel like that was the vibe that she's giving, that, oh, Evie Meg's to blame because of her going viral. Like, no. And I feel so heartbroken for her, because I love her so much and I think she's such an inspiration. And I know she's faced so much backlash from being an influencer with Tourette Syndrome, and I think that's completely not fair to her, because she's done nothing but advocate and raise awareness, and she's such a strong individual. And the fact that all of this news outlets and social media and articles are coming toward her saying, this is your fault almost. And this video does the same thing. And it just, you need to back off from Evie Meg, okay? Because she's wonderful. But it's just, this video is upsetting in the way that it's not, it's not something that should be taken factually. It's not something that is legitimate, and it's just making people with Tourette Syndrome or FND look like we're attention seekers, or like we got it just one day from scrolling through TikTok, wake up one morning, oh, I have tics. You know, that's not how it is, and this video just bugs me, and I wanted to make my kind of little reaction to this video as someone who genuinely has Tourette Syndrome, because I just can't understand why people think it's a good idea to bash those of us that actually have Tourette's. And like, I'm not in that video. I'm not a big creator at all. But if I was in that video, I'm just putting myself in their shoes. Like, that is so low and uncalled for, because they genuinely have Tourette's and FND, one of the two. And you're just basically calling them a liar and an attention seeker when that's not what they are. That's not what any of us are. We're just trying to raise, raise awareness, and you're doing a really good job of taking that away from us. And no, we're not playing the victim. No, our lives aren't ruined. It's comical in the worst way. I would encourage you, like, don't watch the video, but if you're not getting the gist of it from this video, go check it out. I don't want to give that person views at all, but I don't know if I'm doing this justice, but it's so, upsetting. It is, so upsetting. It's just feeding the fire of people saying you're a fake, you're a fake, you're a fake to the fake claimers out there. It's giving them even more fuel to come at us and say, yeah, you're fake because you saw it on TikTok, you know? And it's just, TikTok is a very, very toxic atmosphere a lot of the time. I get so many hate comments and fake claiming comments on there. And that's a whole other topic we could talk about, but the reaction to this video was that it is very offensive, very upsetting. I'm so sorry to the influencers that were shown in the beginning montage because I believe you. I know how hard it is, and you don't deserve that. None of us deserve that. We are all legitimate and valid, and you can't wake up one day and get tics from just being on TikTok. And that's kind of what Amala was kind of insinuating, per se. She was like, yeah, if you wake up one day, you might get tics. You never know what you're getting yourself into by signing up for TikTok. That was kind of the vibe, the fear-mongering vibe, and it's just not okay. Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments. Do you think I'm overreacting? Do you think this makes sense? Let me know. I want to start a genuine conversation in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. Please subscribe to my channel, entering that notification bell to stay tuned to all of my content. I post about Tourette Syndrome awareness, as well as some of my life stories of living with Tourette's for over 10 years, and some reaction videos to some social media things about Tourette Syndrome, stuff in the media about tics. I want to just debunk myths. I want to be legitimate and real, and I want to get information out there to you. Please give this video a thumbs up if you agree with it or if you liked it. Every thumbs up really helps me out. I really appreciate getting them, and hearing you guys in the comments just makes me so happy. I read every single one of your comments. You guys have done amazing things for my channel, and I'm so grateful for all of you. And just be aware that Tourette's and FND are legitimate neurological disorders. They're not fake. They're not something that you can get from TikTok. It's nothing like that. And so don't be scared to go on TikTok and educate yourselves and be aware about Tourette syndrome, because you're not going to get it from just flipping through TikTok. You're not going to develop Tourette's. Don't worry. I feel like that video just did a really bad job of that. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we're learning together, we're laughing together, and we're ticking together. Bye!